Hey, everybody, and welcome to your basic volleyball stats primer for athletes. Today, I'm going to walk through just a handful of basic stats that I believe to be some of the more important volleyball stats that you might see in a box score or that your coaches might talk to you about as a team or as an individual athlete. There are three basic categories of stats that I'm going to talk about. First are serve pass stats. Second is attacking stats. And third, but not least, is team-based side-out statistics. Our first category of statistics is going to be serve and pass. The first one we'll talk about is your good pass percentage, and then we'll talk about your passing average. Our first statistic will be our good pass percentage. This is calculated simply by taking the number of good passes you had on serve receive divided by your total attempts. A good number to aim for throughout your career as a passer is trying to be over 50%, meaning at least one out of every two passes is a good pass. Our second serve pass statistic is the passing average. You might hear your coaches talking about a 3-point scale where they say, hey, this player is passing a 2.4 or that player is passing a 1.7. We should aim at them. How do we get to that number? Well, the way we calculate this is actually just taking the total number of good passes and you multiply that by 3. And you add that to your medium passes multiplied by 2, your bad passes multiplied by 1, and any over passes multiplied by 0.5. Add those all together and divide that by your total attempts. That'll give you an average that is something on that 3-point scale. Okay, now we've talked about passing a ton. How do we relate these stats to the serving side? Well, simply put, you take these same formulas or how you calculate these numbers, and instead of doing it for yourself, you do it in total for the team on the other side of the net when you are the server. So you just flip the script. The next stat category we'll talk about is our attacking stats. And I'll just talk about two basic ones today, first being your kill percentage, and the second will be your attack efficiency. Both of these you'll see in a box score, and both are important to keep track of for you as an individual and as a team. Firstly, your kill percentage is calculated very much like your good pass percentage. You'll take the total number of kills you have divided by your total number of attack attempts. This gives you a good indication of how terminal you are as an attacker. The next attacking stat we'll talk about is your attack efficiency. This is the one that's most commonly discussed when we talk about attacking as a team or as a player. The way you calculate this one is you take your total number of kills, then you subtract from that how many times you've gotten blocked and how many times you had an attack error. Then you divide it by your total attack attempts. So why pay attention to the efficiency in addition to the kill percentage? Well, while the kill percentage just gives us a raw number for how terminal we are, it doesn't take into account the details of when I get blocked or when I hit the ball into the net or out of bounds. The efficiency tells me a little bit more in context about how many errors I'm making as well at the same time. Think of it somewhat like a baseball player's batting average. The last category we'll talk about is our side-out stats. This is something that your coaches will pay attention to a lot more. Your first one we'll talk about is just your basic side out, followed by our first ball side out, or as some people call it, our first ball kill. Our basic side out percentage is really just the amount of times that your team is in serve receive and is able to win that point divided by the total number of reception attempts. The higher your side out percentage, the less chances you're giving the other team to string points together on the service line. We always want to be the one siding out more efficiently, and we always want to be the one on the service line stringing points back to back together. This is how you really create that separation in the score. Next is your first ball side out percentage. Some people refer to it as a first ball kill. Essentially, it is what it sounds like. It's the percentage time that you are able to side out on your first swing of the rally when you are in serve receive. And that's really it. Those are the three categories and two little subtopics of stats that I feel like are the most important basic stats that you can keep track of early in your career and throughout your career keeping track of your individual progress, your team's progress, and even throughout a match. These are some good numbers to keep track of to see how you and your team are performing. I hope this was helpful. I know there's a whole ton of other stats that you can get into, basic stats, advanced stats. But when you're just starting out and you're just trying to keep track of some basic numbers, these are the ones that I think are easy to understand and really the basic ones that make a huge impact on the way that each match goes. Thank you for your time. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out not only to your coaches, but also to your USA Volleyball NTDP staff and coaches as well.